Good afternoon, good evening, grand rising to the beautiful divine being watching this video. And we're doing something different, but it's your boy Divine Messenger and we're back with another message. But I know you can see the title and you thinking to yourself, ain't no way this man about to do 30,000 push-ups and like this time span. So understand the context, because you're probably wondering what inspired you to do 30,000 push-ups and record it for proof. And I'm not doing 30,000 in one day because niggas got things to do. I don't got time to just be sitting there doing push-ups all day. But what inspired this video was the person named Tiger IQ Golly. You know, us being in a PS chat, you know, once you got PS5, you know, that's what happens. We were discussing that for a bet. I betted this person, you won't get 11 steals. And there wasn't a deadline to this, but they just had to get 11 steals within this year. And obviously what you see, 11 points, 2 assists, 11 steals. That's all that really matters. Everything else is irrelevant. This person got 11 steals, and that was the point of the bet. So when they mentioned the bet to me, they were like, you know, hey, I got the 11 steals. So technically, whatever they say goes, and I can't get mad at it. And fast forward, this person decided to say, okay, since I got 11 steals, I want you to do 30,000 push-ups. And they said there's no deadline to it, but you got to do 30,000. At first, it was 2,000. Might have been 1,000, but 30,000. And so I seen what you did. I seen what you did to my ego. So if you're watching this, which you probably are, fuck you for wanting me to do 30,000 push-ups because you know my ego wants to do the push-ups to be inspired by myself for my future self. So if you are watching this, fuck you for making me great. But let's get into these push-ups. We don't have time to sit here and lollygag. On top of that, good news to the family watching this as well. We will get 5 ways men and women can use discernment for lust and in their relationships. But we're talking too much. Let's get right into this video. How we doing, family? Good afternoon, grand rising. So I'm pretty sure you guys are probably seeing me doing the push-ups right now, but you know, that's neither here nor there because this teaching is still going to get taught. So if you see me doing push-ups right now, that is merely a distraction because either way it goes, I'm here to tell you 5 ways to use discernment when women and men lust after you. So this teaching is going to help both men and women understand the discernment that we have to use when people are lusting after us, especially if you're a good-looking man or a woman out there. But understand, grand rising, good afternoon, and good night to the beautiful divine reflection watching this video. It's your boy Divine Messenger, and I'm back with another message. And before we even get into this, make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more divine messages because this officially starts the video. Before that was just a prelude, that was the intro into what we are going to do for 300 days. So 299 days has been completed, but let's get into this teaching because this is very important. So number 1, consider intentions. Take time to reflect on both your own intentions and the intentions of the woman expressing interest. Is the attraction based solely on physical desire, or is there potential for deeper connection and mutual respect? Now, when it comes to intentions, we got to understand, most people who do lust after you, they only lust after you because of what they see physically. They don't see how your mind is. They don't see you spiritually. They're not even able to comprehend you spiritually, nor do they want to, because why would a demon want to comprehend an angel? Why? When a demon knows what an angel feels like, because a demon literally used to be one before it fell from a heaven consciousness. So because of this, a demon would not, like people, so, and when I say demon too, that's a program, it's a way of thinking. So I don't believe demons exist, but I'll be lying to you if I just said that to you. But they foreshadow our ego, and because of that, many people are seeing you as an object because you look good. Not only that, many people watch porn on a daily basis, but it may not seem like it on a physical sense because, you know, people have this mirage, people have this facade about them to where you're not able to see their true colors because obviously people wear a mask and they disguise themselves very well. And this is why you have to use discernment with people's intentions. So when people are walking up to you, you got to ask yourself, why do you want to talk to me? Why do you want to be around me? Why do you want to be near me? Why do you want to take me on dates? Like, you have to ask yourself these questions because there are many people who have negative intentions towards you. And the thing is too, the narcissist or manipulator, they strategically plan ways to harm you, to kill you, your family, or to take advantage of you, to put you in their hell for years. So you could be dating somebody for like 10 years. And that could be the worst 10 years of your life, to where you probably want to kill yourself. You probably went to therapy. Like, they put you in this hell-like illusion because of the first day that y'all met. This is why you have to make sure you look people in their eyes and really question their demons and ask them, what do you want with me? What is your intentions? And it's okay to ask that question. It's okay to say, what are your intentions? Because if you don't ask them and you just assume that they have good intentions, then you are literally walking off your own cliff, and that is literally your fault. Number 2, listen to your inner voice, their inner dialogue. Most people don't have this. Pay attention to your intuition and inner guidance. If something feels off or inconsistent with your values, it's essential to trust your instincts and proceed with caution. When it comes to intuition, intuition can be from all 3 of our brains. And if you've been paying attention in class, we know that our 3 brains are connected to our brain up here, the gut, and your vagina or your dick. When you align all 3 of these right here, you got to understand that so most people in society, they operate with their dick or their vagina. They don't think with their gut nor their brain up here within their head. But here's the other thing as well. If you don't think with the lower part of you, and you don't think with this brain up here, then you have your last resort, and that's your intuition, that's your gut feeling. And understand, when people know about the gut feeling is never wrong, because it's literally there to guide you. That's the biggest guide out there. That's why we have to protect our stomach, and we got to protect our gut instinct, because that is our other brain. And if we don't put the right foods within our body, then the car won't drive up that goddamn hill. It's like you're trying to put premium into a minivan and shit. It's like, just don't expect to do stupid ass shit when you're trying to get to a destination within your life. Like, you cannot ignore, you cannot put expensive gas in a low valued car. And on top of that, you cannot expect to drive a car up a hill knowing that the tires are fucking flat, knowing the headlights is out, knowing that you have no gas in the car. You see the tank is on E, and you still want to drive that car because it looks good. So you see a Lamborghini on the side of the road and you're driving it. That shit says tank is on E, but yet and still you want to live your dream out in a Lamborghini, and you are going to have to walk and get gas. So a car is not even yours, first of all. And then 2, you got to understand that you got to listen to your gut instinct. It's not worth it. Listen to your brain. Listen to your mind. You have to understand that our inner voice is here to guide us. It's not here to harm us. It can harm us if we allow it, but you got to understand the voice between Satan and Almighty God. So the ego, masqueraded as Satan, will persuade you to go talk to this person. But your gut instinct, the second brain right here, your gut, that intuition, that intuitive, the butterfly feeling, it will let you know if a situation is not meant for you. So you got 2 other brains working against you, and if you allow it to work against you. But these 2 other brains, they have a mind of their own, literally. So that last resort, you have to listen to that. You have to be strong-minded to even hear what your gut is telling you. And you have to make sure you're eating the right foods, because if you're putting trash into your car, if you're putting trash into your body, understand, you will not be able to hear the voice of Almighty God speaking to you from your stomach, because you have clogged your sense of self within yourself by allowing yourself to believe whatever this demon is saying to you, because they look good physically. But this is why your discernment is going to be lacking, because you are lacking common sense within what you're putting into your body. And of course, nobody's going to teach you this shit, because you got to teach yourself. That's the thing. You got to teach yourself. Don't expect people to know how to live your life for you. You got to know how to do that yourself. Number 3, focus on genuine connection. Prioritize building authentic connections based on mutual respect, shared interests, and emotional compatibility, rather than solely physical attraction. Look for meaningful conversation and shared experiences that go beyond service level interactions. Literally, you got to understand, fellas, you have to be friends. And what's crazy, to me, friends don't exist, but you have to start with that stage. You cannot just jump into, and some niggas can, and what's crazy, if you have it like that, you can just jump into sex if the woman allows you to do that, or if she fucks with you just like that. But for most men, some of y'all cannot do that, and some women as well. But for my fellas out there, some of you are not just able to just go in full throttle and hit the first night. It's just not going to happen for some of you, and we got to be real here. But it can happen to you if you have the confidence within yourself. Not only that, stop looking to have sex on the first night. Just stop looking to have sex with people immediately. Stop trying to get that instant gratification. You got to make sure that you have a genuine connection and you build a bond with this person so that the sex is amplified. Like, imagine you build a bond with somebody you actually care about. Imagine how intense that sex is going to be in the bedroom. Not even that. Y'all might just have sex wherever y'all want. And on top of that, she'll do whatever she wants for you because she has submitted her will upon you, because she trusts you to lead her and to guide her in this reality that we call reality, not knowing that this reality is fiction in a non-fictional perspective. So because of this, you got to make sure that you have deep conversations and surface level conversations as well. You got to understand her past. So go deep into why she has this kind of trauma, why she reacts this way, why does she think this way, why does she doubt herself. Like there's many indications on why women and men do what they do, and vice versa. Women, ask the man why he thinks like that. Why does he get emotional this way? How does he deal with different emotions? How does he deal with anger? How does he deal with happiness? How does he deal with his job? How does he deal when things are not going his way financially, physically? Like there's so many indications that we have to know about each other, because we have to do the root work before we even get to the tree to blooming. Before the tree can even bloom, we have to make sure that we bloom within ourselves, and we have to start literally having conversations. It's okay to start talking to people. You have to communicate. You have to have honest communication with people. It's okay to literally have honest communication. Be real up front so that the person that's talking to you knows what they're getting themselves into. Because if people don't know what they're getting themselves into, then most of the time, people don't know that they're going to walk off a cliff blindfolded. So you have to make sure before you step into that battlefield, you have to know what gun you're going to use, know what armor you're going to wear, and you have to understand how many eyes you're going to have awakened. Because if you are asleep while talking to somebody or trying to pursue someone, they could literally kill you, they could traffic you, they could kill your family, they could ape you, molest you. They can do so many different things, and you will have no help, and nobody will believe you. So you have to foresee this shit before it even happens. You literally have to overthink your thoughts when you're pursuing somebody who is lusting after you. They're doing it for a reason. Number 4, set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries and communicate openly with the woman expressing interest or men. Be honest about your intentions and what you are comfortable with, and encourage her to do the same. Respect each other's boundaries and consent at all times. Literally. So when it comes to clear boundaries, do not expect a kiss on the first day. Don't expect to hold her hand on the first day. On top of that, with boundaries, as a man, if you're going to take her on a date, or a man or another man, whatever you do, if you are asking somebody for a date, if you ask the person first, you have to pay for the date. Now, if the woman or the man asked you on a date first, then they got to pay for the date. That's just common sense to me. But establish boundaries. So do not expect to go to her crib the first night unless the vibration is that intense to where she allows you to. But don't just walk up into people's cribs. On top of that, when it comes to boundaries, free game. If you pick a woman up and you're dropping her off at her crib, make sure that you do not just drive off when she's walking to her crib. You got to make sure that when she's getting out the car, you make sure, and what's crazy, you can add, you don't got to ask for a hug, but give her that proper, farewell. Give her that proper, it's not even a farewell. It's see you soon. We'll communicate. I'll FaceTime you, but watch her get to her door so that she's safe and sound, because there are weirdos out here in real life. So you have to make sure that no matter what, you're setting boundaries within yourself as well. And on top of that, do not allow people to take advantage of you. That's where the boundaries come in from, because you have to put your foot down immediately. Because if you do not do that, then you're going to understand that when it comes to the boundaries that you're trying to set, they will set their own boundaries for them, and you may not see fit with them, and you're going to get mad, and you'll have an argument, and then the relationship that you wanted to build upon is going to crumble because your ego got in the way of you understanding how he or she reacts to things physically and spiritually. So what is your attention to this person, and be honest up front and personal, because by doing that, you got to understand that you have to respect the boundaries regardless. So if you do get in bed with this person, but they tell you, I don't even want to do it no more, I'm sorry about this, you cannot force yourself to, oh man, I got blue balls. Come on, just a tip. Ape, my brother, that's ape. Come on, you're manipulating her and him into doing something that they don't want to do. But not only that, they just want to hear you keep on begging them, or they don't want you to talk down on them, or they don't want you to see them in a negative light. So they're going to do it because they don't want to get hurt. You have to be the man, especially if you're a man watching this. You have to man up front, and you have to know what you're doing within this reality, and set boundaries for men and women out there, including family as well. Boundaries come in all variations. So if you're not setting intentions clear from the jump of what you want, so it's do you want a wife? Do you want a husband? Do you want a girlfriend? Do you want a boyfriend? Do you want to build into a marriage? Do you have kids? Be honest. If you have kids, set that tone immediately. Do you live with your parents? Do you have your own crib? You got your own job, your career? How much money are you making? And you don't even got to tell them how much you're making, but you can show them. And What is your budget like? Because if you're going out to an expensive restaurant, what is your budget for this food that you're about to eat? And let them know, like, hey, I don't got the funds to even pay for all this. So can we go somewhere else? And if he or she get mad, then so be it. Like, you have to set these things with confidence. Do not be scared to voice your opinion or voice your situation in life, because you can't really control it, but you can control your outlook on your life. Last but not least, evaluate long-term compatibility. Consider whether the woman or the man's interest aligns with your long-term goals, values, and vision for a relationship. Look for qualities such as mutual respect, emotional maturity, and compatibility beyond physical attraction. Now understand, because we already covered this too, but we can go back into it. You got to make sure that, because opposites attract, you got to be peace in her storm. You have to be harmonizing her alchemy while she's angry, while she's moody, while she's emotional, or he. You got to be able to see long term with whatever you're getting into immediately. So if you, like, day one, you go on a date with somebody, and you got to make sure that as you're talking to them, you have to visualize the long term scenario between you and this partner. You got to be able to see way beyond the veil of your own discernment and their discernment. You got to be able to tell yourself, can I see myself in a family with this person? Can I see myself traveling with this person? Can I see myself doing business ventures with this person? Can I see myself elevating with them? If you can't see that far, then it's probably not meant for you. And what's crazy, there's nothing wrong with that, because not everybody can just unlock their spiritual gifts to foresee their future. It's not really possible for some people, because some people aren't even people to begin with. But that's a whole other topic for another day. But when you look them in the eyes and you see how the vibration is going that whole day that you guys are together, or that whole date, you have to be able to understand. You have to be able to see way beyond your future in the current moment right now. And once you're able to do that, you have to be able to feel within your heart, because your words and your mind can tell you all these different things. But once again, what do we go back to? That intuitive gut feeling. You got to make sure that you align all of your brains. You have to use common sense with this, because you're trying to pursue somebody. Because remember, actually, not even that. People are trying to pursue you. So if somebody's pursuing you, you got to understand why they're pursuing you. Especially if you're on a certain journey, you will get pushed up on. You will get approached. Women will approach you when you're on semen retention, when you're working out, when your physique is right, when your mindset is right, when your life is flourishing, when you made it in life. People will pursue you. And this is the people who are on their awakening journey, because you are awakening to success. And think about this. If you believe you're successful every single day, then what will you walk into in the future? Your success. Not only that, people will ask you, how did you do it? And they'll be admired and inspired by you. So you got to understand who you are going to pursue, because the more successful you get, it'll be harder for you to maintain that relationship, because people will only want to lust after you. They don't want to see themselves with you for a long period of time. Why? Because you can get any man or woman you want. Look at who you are. So they will try to do anything they can to diminish your character. And what's crazy, an eager beaver could be the collapse of a dam. So if you're going to have somebody pursue you, you got to understand how eager they are to be around you or in your life, and what they're providing in your life. So do not let an eager beaver come into your life to collapse all your fruition, all the fruits of your labor. Because there are some people who want to know, how do you do this magical alchemy that you do with your life? How are you able to prophesize your life and make it come true physically? People want to know these things because they can't do it for themselves. So they want to finesse off your energy and leech off of your energy. That's why leeches do what they do. That's why energy vampires do what they do. So you have to make sure that no matter what you're doing, you use common sense. You always make sure that no matter what battlefield you're going into, you have to do it for the betterment of your good and your future self. Because if you do not know what you're going into or what you're walking into, and you pursue this person and you don't know what their true intentions are, you are doing yourself a disservice for your future self and your lineage. And if you have a kid with this person and you don't love them like you say you do, or like they claim, like, if you do, and what's crazy, if they love you but they don't love you like they say they do, like for example, if somebody's saying they love you but they're not showing you how much they love you through the actions on a consistent basis, and you have kids with them, you have fucked yourself over, and they're probably cheating on you. So you just had children out of wedlock. Not only that, they're sleeping behind your back, but they're coming right back to your face, and you wonder why they want to sleep with you, or why they don't want to talk to you anymore, or why the vibration is not the same from the beginning.
Like, this shit does happen. And people want to get divorces. People have affairs. People start getting cheated on, drama, conflict, people pulling up to the crib. It's like, it's just so much shit that does not need to be there because you got to start. You have to kill the situation from the beginning. What the fuck do you want? And why are you pursuing me? Why are you walking up to me trying to be in my life? That's where it starts from. You have to lay the law down immediately. You have to drop your dick down on their forehead and be like, what are you pursuing me for? What do you want from me? Do you want sex or do you want a relationship with me? Do you want kids? What do you want? You have to be straight up forward with them. It may sound like an asshole way, but you have to be, because if not, people will walk all over nice people. That's why people say nice guys for this last. Literally, you got to be a loving asshole in this world, because if not, people will literally once again walk all over you to the point to where you won't even see it coming. That's how blind you are to their oblivion. I love you. Have a great and wonderful day. Divine Reflection.